Egor Zadereev, scientist at Krasnoyars Research Center. Comes from Divnogorsk, lovely suburb of Krasnoyarsk. Did a PhD in Krasnoyarsk, master degree in Budapest. Qualified in biology, biophysics, environmental sciences. Besides researches, does lots of social, political and popular science projects. He is among the first and notable science communicators in Russia. Leading research scientist and the head of science communication group at Krasnoyarsk Research Center. Special skills: research, writing, blogging, lecturing and event management.
Global challenges, global problems. There are three guys. These three guys, they're really brilliant. They have very high intellect. And they believe that artificial intelligence is a real threat for humans. Well, we can trust them. There is also other huge challenges. Just click something. Yeah. Global warming. Alexandra present us this story about global warming, about all these terrible consequences of ice melting, water level rise, taiga is burning, some insects are spreading around us, a lot of disease, so huge problem. But all these problems are actually not real problems. So what is the real problem is that we are becoming more and more stupid. Not only you, I am personally, you Alexander, we are all, as humans, we are becoming more stupid. So, and the story was started, let's say, 7 years ago, when genetics, Gerald Grabtree, he published two papers of fragile intellect. And he claimed that, for example, if we take one ancient Greek and transfer him or her to our times, he or she would be emotionally stable, clever, intellectual, and one of the best and brilliant persons around the whole globe, because we are all more stupid than they are. So why? Why we are more stupid? The reason is very simple. Some time ago, in human population, sexual selection started that was focused on intelligence. So if sexual selection decides that some trait is beneficial, this trait develops very fast. So we are so intelligent because some time ago, girls decide that it's good to mate with clever guys, and guys decide that it's good to mate with clever girls. And this is the reason why we are so intellectual. Otherwise, we were just like apes or like other species. And when sexual selection starts, for example, this is an example of sexual selection. In very short time, we can see that one trait is developed enormously. So the same was the case with our brain and with our intelligence. If not sexual selection, so we are not so clever. But the problem is that our intellect is very fragile. Why it's very fragile? Scientists believe that our intellect is controlled, let's say, by 5,000 genes. And these 5,000 genes are responsible for all our intellectual abilities. And if there is no natural or sexual selection, natural mutations will destroy these genes. They will make our genotype not as good as it was before. And without sexual or natural selection, with time, the accumulation of mutations will lead to our decline in terms of intellectual abilities. Of course, it was a lot of discussions about these papers, and some scientists believe that all these ideas just bullshit. They are not correct, and modern genetics can disprove all arguments of Grabtree. Okay, let's forget about genetics. Now we should talk about social science. For many years, we were happy with the so-called Flynn effect. What is the Flynn effect? Flynn discovered about 50 or 40 years ago that IQ tests is going higher and higher with time. So like, good news, we are not getting more stupid, but we are more clever because IQ tests are growing. Let's say IQ test in 60s were lower than IQ test in 70s. So we are more and more clever. But 10 or 15 years ago, several papers were published, and now it's more and more the papers of the same stuff. Just the Flynn effect now reversed. It's negative. It's already scientifically proved that in 7 countries, Norway, Denmark, Britain, France, Finland, Netherlands, and Estonia, actually IQ scores going down. Of course, it's not so easy to collect good data to prove this idea. For example, in Russia, we don't have this type of data. But at least for these 7 countries, we know that our IQ tests going down. And how it looks, just show the next slide. For example, this graph I like this graph. Why? Because I'm from the cleverest generation on the planet. You can see those that were born between 70s and 80s, they're the cleverest guys. So I'm happy I am the cleverest one in this planet. But with time, the IQ scores going down, and this tendency it's not stopping. I mean, it's going on in all countries. So what is the reason why we are more and more stupid? There are 2 types of reasons. The first one are natural factors, genetics, but I don't think that genetics is operating in this short time scale. Genetics operates at time scale hundreds or thousands of years. So it means that the reason is social factors. And these are social factors that are proposed by scientists: worsening nutrition or health, change in media exposure, increased immigration, changes in education exposure or quality. So the education is of bad quality, and actually Corbin Dallas was absolutely correct when in his speech to his cat he told, don't watch that stuff all day, sweetie, it will rot your brain. So TV, internet, mass media, our consumption of information in the same way as we consume burgers or McDonald's, just making us more and more stupid. And it's a real problem for the whole world. And it's not clear how to solve this problem. There are several solutions. For example, definitely we will need to employ genetical engineering to improve our DNA. In any case, we will have genetically modified people, let's say in 10 or 15 or 20 years. And genetically modified people will be like our future, more developed, even not humans, but some humans, half cyborgs, because without cyborgization also it will be impossible. And also we should change the way of our life from stupid consumption to some more or less clever way of consuming everything. And I hope that these guys like Elon Musk or maybe Hawking or maybe, I don't know, Khvostenko, they change this world, and finally we will stop this trend of going down with our intellect, and we still will be humans clever enough not to destroy this world. Thank you.